This girl would have been the death of me. Her style, her red lipstick. If looks could kill, I was as good as gone. I knew she wasn't any good for me. I saw what she had done to so many others. But the moment I saw her, my heart started racing. She felt it too, pursuing me, the ever-present games of cat and mouse. But I'd been hurt before, and this time, I wasn't gonna fall for it. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. It's a tale as old as time. Boy meets girl, girl chases boy. They enjoy a puppet show and live happily ever after. My parents didn't read many fairy tales to me as a child. With 8 billion people on Earth, I think it's fair to say love has been in the air for a long time. From Romeo and Juliet to Kim and Kanye, love has always captured our hearts and inspired our imaginations, sometimes a very overactive imagination. But love has changed with the advent of modern technology. Dating apps have made it easier than ever to meet people. It's never been a better time to swipe right into a relationship. And yet, marriage rates are on the decline. A quick browse of the YouTube hive mind will show you that women are choosing not to settle. Men are voluntarily identifying as involuntarily celibate. And passport bros are braving the jungles of the Amazon on the hunt for the elusive 90-day fiancé. Those of us who are old enough to remember being outside, without a phone, recall a time in our childhood when the prince found the princess and lived happily ever after, likely followed by a few heirs and a starter castle. Now it seems like the princess is always in another castle. In his book, The End of the World is Just the Beginning, Peter Zeihan states, "The world's demographic structure passed the point of no return 20 to 40 years ago. The 2020s are the decade when it all breaks apart. Fewer people are getting or staying married. Fewer people are having kids. Less young people means less support for the elderly, less money for social services, and less overall working manpower for the country. It feels like we're just spinning our wheels in an endless maze. But shouldn't it be easier than ever to find the love of your life? With the invention of swiping right, shouldn't love be just a long sit on the toilet away? Or is it possibly more complicated than that? The truth is that relationships are hard, and the market for easy dating is wide open. That beautiful woman you met could really be a psychopath, as many of us have seen in our past relationships. Why stay long enough to find out when there's so many more fish in the sea? Fear of missing out on some ideal person ultimately making you pass up on actually trying to get to know someone. Did you really get born in a time when you can meet hot singles in your area with the flick of a wrist just to not take advantage of it? As such, relationships aren't viewed as the start of life anymore, but the end of it. Settling down, ultimately, becoming synonymous with a form of death. And who knows death better than our friends at Red Barrels, the video game developers behind the third installation of the Outlast franchise, the Outlast Trials. Released on May 18th of 2023. The perfect game to illustrate the horrors of dating, with the whole game ultimately being a game of cat and mouse with terrifying consequences, much like your Tinder inbox. In the Outlast Trials, the protagonist finds themselves trapped by the evil Murkoff Corporation, a faculty that performs psychological experiments on humans for the purposes of creating the superhumans of tomorrow. Here, the players, known as reagents, are made to perform tasks in order to escape, all while being hunted by the experimental population, individuals who have ultimately lost their minds in the trials. The gameplay loop is simple. Enter the trial via elevator, perform the required task, and leave via the elevator. Then rinse and repeat, while the prize, your freedom, is held above you like a piece of meat by the fat cats of the Murkoff Company. Is the loop of modern dating really so different? Billion-dollar dating apps saying they'll help you meet the love of your life. Hinge calling itself the app made to be deleted, all promising your princess is hiding just beyond the next castle. But when you finally get there, it turns out to be just another maniacal psychopath looking to end your happy single life. In both cases, the corporation uses jargon to reach their desired ends of keeping you engaged. You learn quickly in Outlast, as you do in love, that letting that girl get too close is gonna break your heart. But it's still fun sometimes to go out and experience the thrill of the chase. Ultimately, the player of Outlast understands this notion through the strange contradiction, the pull, the attraction of wanting to play a game where you basically spend the whole time running away. In the strange world of dating, you can get the thrill of the chase without ever having to ask them about their hobby of ventriloquism or worry about the financial requirements of a relationship. Newer generations prefer to keep it light and perhaps, as psychologist Eric Fromm may call, immature. In his work, The Art of Loving, Fromm differentiates between mature and immature love. Mature love ultimately being more focused on caring about the other person and valuing freedom, whereas immature love focuses more on using the other person and valuing possession. Characters like Mother Gooseberry do not want the best for the protagonist. They may pursue them, but solely to soothe their sense of insecurity and desperation. Whereas the protagonist is simply going through these trials out of fun, ultimately teasing Mother Gooseberry without caring about getting to know her. Running around with her for a bit may be fun, but mature love would involve committing to actually getting to know Mother Gooseberry and appreciating her eclectic side. Whereas for Mother Gooseberry, it would mean respecting the boundaries of the protagonist and not trying to push them into commitment too fast. Ultimately, moving the focus from what the other person can do for me to how we can both grow together. This idea of immature versus mature love is really what causes the schism in modern dating. What ultimately brings the protagonists into the Outlast Trials, and what keeps people swiping right, is the promise that this will benefit them. Love is sold as a quick fix for the problems associated with the loneliness of your life. However, it does not consider that not all love is the same, and that the love you truly want is often harder to get than dating apps would have you think. This can be summarized in a quotation from Fromm, where he states, "Immature love says, I love you because I need you. Mature love says, I need you because I love you." Indeed, mature love involves the acceptance and love of the other person. You may think that Mother Gooseberry is a psychopath. However, have you ever really gotten to know her? Did you know, for example, that she used to teach dental hygiene to kids? Have you ever considered that her quick-to-anger attitude may be part of her inner child crying out for love? No, you only think about yourself and rush right through your date, complaining all the while that everyone isn't good enough, when the truth is that really you aren't giving anyone a chance. The FOMO, or fear of missing out, on your dream girl keeps you focused on the immature ideas of love being something that is for you, instead of being between two people, keeping you locked into your game of swiping right, endless trials, endless red flags, no one ever good enough, and another cheap game of cat and mouse behind the next door. So, do dating apps actually help us in our search for love? Yes, they give us the opportunity to more easily find potential partners. However, they don't address the aspects of love that are required for stability and a happy relationship, such as a level of understanding that the other person may not be perfect and that the future may be hard regardless of who they are. Instead, dating apps create an atmosphere where people are replaceable, and less value is actually placed on getting to know and accept the difficult aspects of the other, but instead placing value on first impressions and giving up as soon as things get too hard. The problem of love in the modern age, then, is not that it isn't possible to find. It's that modern people aren't looking for it with the right perspective. Love shouldn't be something we take so lightly. And the true horror of dating isn't actually the trials of dealing with the other person, but the trials of being trapped here, never settling forever. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember to show your love by liking and subscribing, because I need you and I love you. And if you want to find that perfect someone, check out this video about love in Minecraft.